The Las Vegas Strip. For decades, it's been the crown jewel of American entertainment, generating over $50 billion annually for Nevada's economy. But behind the neon lights and endless slot machines, a different story is unfolding, one that casino executives desperately don't want you to know. Today, we're exposing the shocking truth about why the Las Vegas Strip is facing its biggest crisis in history. From massive corporate bankruptcies to the dark secrets casino moguls are hiding from tourists, what you're about to discover will change how you see Sin City forever. This is the story they don't want told, and by the end of this investigation, you'll understand why the gambling capital of the world is hemorrhaging billions of dollars, losing millions of visitors, and facing what industry insiders are calling the Great Collapse of 2024. But first, let me paint you a picture of just how dire the situation has become. In 2023, something unprecedented happened on the Las Vegas Strip. For the first time in over 30 years, more casinos closed than opened. The Sahara, once a beacon of old Vegas glamour, shuttered its doors. The Riviera, home to legendary performers like Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra, was demolished. Circus Circus is facing foreclosure proceedings that could see it sold for pennies on the dollar. Even the iconic Flamingo, the casino that put Las Vegas on the map, is hemorrhaging money at a rate of $2.3 million per month. But here's what's really shocking, and this is information that casino executives have been desperately trying to keep under wraps. This isn't just about a few struggling casinos having bad years. Internal documents leaked from MGM Resorts, documents that we've verified through multiple sources, reveal that the entire Strip ecosystem is facing what industry insiders call the Great Collapse. We obtained exclusive financial reports, bankruptcy filings, and internal memos showing that 7 out of 10 major Strip properties are operating at a loss. Not just breaking even, not just having a tough quarter, but actively losing money every single month. The numbers are staggering, and they paint a picture of an industry in complete freefall. To understand how we got here, we need to examine the perfect storm of factors that are destroying Las Vegas from the inside out. And it starts with a demographic crisis that casino executives saw coming but chose to ignore. Las Vegas built its empire on a simple premise: middle-class Americans with disposable income looking for escapism, blue-collar workers saving up for their annual Vegas trip, middle managers celebrating promotions, retirees with pension funds burning holes in their pockets. But that customer base is disappearing faster than chips at a blackjack table, and the replacement customers simply aren't coming. Let me break down these numbers for you, because they're absolutely devastating for the casino industry. Average tourist spending is down 34% since 2019. That's not a typo. Visitors to Las Vegas are spending 1/3 less money than they were just 5 years ago. Millennial visitors, the demographic that should be replacing aging baby boomers, have decreased by 47% in the last 3 years. And here's the kicker: Gen Z tourists, when they do visit, spend 60% less than baby boomers did at their age. International tourism, once a goldmine for Vegas casinos, is down 52% and showing absolutely no signs of recovery. The wealthy Chinese high rollers who used to fly in on private jets and drop millions in a weekend, gone. The European tourists who saw Vegas as the ultimate American experience, they're staying in Europe or choosing other destinations. But the most devastating statistic is this: the average age of a Las Vegas visitor has increased by 12 years in the last decade. The city is literally aging out of its customer base. Remember the days when casino whales would drop millions in a single night? When high rollers were flown in on private jets, given penthouse suites, and treated like royalty because they'd leave behind enough money to fund a small country's GDP? Those days are over, and they're never coming back. Modern high net worth individuals are investing in crypto, real estate, and tech stocks, not slot machines. They're building wealth, not throwing it away in games where the house always wins. The psychology of the ultra wealthy has fundamentally changed, and casinos haven't adapted. I spoke with Maria Rodriguez, a former Bellagio VIP host who worked the high roller rooms for over 15 years. She painted a picture of an industry in denial about its changing customer base. We used to have regulars who'd fly in from Hong Kong, Tokyo, and London just to gamble, Rodriguez told me. These weren't just rich people having fun. These were business owners, real estate moguls, tech entrepreneurs who saw gambling as entertainment. Now, our biggest spenders are retirees on Social Security betting $20 minimums. The numbers back up Rodriguez's observations. The average bet per hand has dropped from $47 in 2018 to just $23 in 2024. When your entire business model depends on people losing money and people are betting less money, the math becomes terrifyingly simple. Revenue drops, profits evaporate, and suddenly you're looking at bankruptcy. But the demographic crisis is just the beginning. The second major factor destroying Las Vegas is what economists are calling the real estate apocalypse. Las Vegas made a fatal mistake that many industries make when they have a monopoly. They got greedy. They priced out their own customer base. Hotel rooms that cost $89 in 2015 now demand $300 or more on weekends. A simple dinner for two at a strip restaurant averages $180, and don't even get me started on concert tickets, which can easily run $500 per person for decent seats. Let me put these price increases in perspective. Average hotel room rates have increased by 247% since 2015. Food and beverage costs are up 189%. Entertainment tickets have surged by 312%. And here's something that would have been unthinkable just a decade ago. Parking fees, which were introduced in 2016, now average $25 per day just to park your car at a casino. The result? A working-class family from Phoenix or Denver, the bread and butter of Las Vegas tourism, can no longer afford a weekend getaway. What used to be a $500 weekend for a family of 4 is now pushing $2,000, and that's before they even start gambling. But here's where the story gets really interesting and where technology has dealt a devastating blow to the traditional Vegas model. Why pay $400 per night for a cramped MGM room with no amenities when you can rent an entire house with a pool for $150? This single question is destroying Vegas's accommodation monopoly, and the numbers prove it. Short-term rentals in Las Vegas suburbs have exploded by 340% since 2020. Tourists are staying off-strip, buying groceries at Walmart instead of dining at overpriced buffets, and using ride-shares instead of taxis. They're treating Las Vegas like any other city, not like the all-inclusive entertainment destination it was designed to be. Casino executives are panicking because these tourists aren't on property, which means zero casino revenue from accommodation guests. In the old model, once you were staying at a casino hotel, you were trapped in their ecosystem. You'd eat their food, drink their drinks, gamble at their tables. Now tourists can enjoy Vegas entertainment while spending minimal money at the casinos themselves. But even more devastating than the accommodation crisis is the third major factor, the digital disruption that's making Las Vegas obsolete. The real killer, the factor that's making casino executives lose sleep at night, is this: you don't need Las Vegas anymore to gamble. Online casinos, sports betting apps, and crypto gambling have brought Sin City to your smartphone, and the results have been catastrophic for land-based casinos. Let me share some statistics that will blow your mind. Online gambling revenue hit $7.4 billion in 2023, and that's just in the United States. Mobile betting growth is up 890% in just 5 years. The average person spends 47 minutes daily on gambling apps, which is more time than most tourists spend gambling during an entire Vegas weekend. And here's the stat that should terrify every casino executive. Land-based casino visits among the 18 to 35 demographic are down 67%. DraftKings and FanDuel are doing to Las Vegas what Netflix did to Blockbuster. They've made the core product accessible, convenient, and affordable. Why fly to Nevada, pay for expensive hotels, and deal with crowds when you can place the same bets from your couch while watching the game on a 7.5-inch TV? But it's not just gambling that's been disrupted. Las Vegas used to own entertainment. For decades, Las Vegas was the only place to see the biggest stars, the most spectacular shows, the only place to experience world-class performances. If you wanted to see Celine Dion, you went to Vegas. If you wanted the best magic shows, the most amazing acrobats, the most elaborate productions, Vegas was your only option. Not anymore. Streaming services offer unlimited entertainment for $15 per month. Netflix has more content than you could watch in a lifetime. YouTube creators are drawing bigger audiences than Vegas headliners. TikTok has more engaging content updated hourly than most strip shows that haven't changed their routines in years. The Coliseum at Caesar's Palace, once home to Celine Dion's record-breaking residency that generated over $680 million in revenue, now struggles to fill half its seats for most performances. Even Cirque du Soleil, the crown jewel of Vegas entertainment, permanently closed 3 shows in 2023 and laid off over 1,200 performers. The entertainment landscape has fundamentally changed. People can get better entertainment at home for a fraction of the cost without dealing with crowds, expensive parking, and overpriced drinks. This brings us to the 4th major crisis facing Las Vegas, the corporate death spiral. The biggest casino corporations are drowning in debt, and I mean drowning. MGM Resorts carries $12.3 billion in liabilities. Caesars Entertainment is buried under $15.7 billion in debt. Wynn Resorts, despite its reputation for luxury and profitability, is carrying $9.2 billion in obligations. These aren't just numbers on a spreadsheet, they're tombstones marking the death of financial stability in the casino industry. Interest payments alone are consuming profits faster than casinos can generate them. When you're paying hundreds of millions just to service debt, every downturn in revenue becomes an existential crisis. And when companies are desperate, they make desperate decisions that often accelerate their decline. Vegas casinos are now charging for parking, something that would have been absolutely unthinkable 10 years ago. Free parking was as fundamental to the Vegas experience as free drinks while gambling. They're reducing odds on table games, making it even harder for players to win. They've cut staff by 40% since 2019, leading to longer wait times, dirtier rooms, and worse service. They're replacing human dealers with automated machines, removing the personal interaction that many gamblers value. They're eliminating comps and loyalty benefits that used to keep customers coming back. Each desperate move to cut costs drives away more customers, creating a death spiral that's accelerating with each passing quarter. You can't cost-cut your way to growth, but that's exactly what the casino industry is trying to do. And here's what casino executives absolutely don't want you to know. Foreclosures are coming, and they're coming fast. Our investigation found that at least 3 major strip properties have missed bond payments in the last 18 months. We're talking about household names, casinos you've seen in movies, properties that define the Vegas skyline. The financial stress is so severe that bankruptcy attorneys in Las Vegas are busier than they've been since the 2008 financial crisis. The Sahara already went through bankruptcy and closed. The Riviera was demolished because it couldn't find a buyer. SLS Vegas was sold for pennies on the dollar in a fire sale. This isn't an anomaly or a temporary rough patch. This is the new normal, and more closures are inevitable. But the crisis goes deeper than just financial problems. Las Vegas is facing a 5th major crisis that's flying under the radar: the staffing nightmare. Las Vegas can't find workers, and it's not because of labor shortages or pandemic-related issues. It's because casino jobs have become fundamentally unattractive compared to other opportunities in today's economy. Housekeepers, dealers, security guards, restaurant staff, maintenance workers, they're all leaving for better opportunities elsewhere, and who can blame them? Why would you work split shifts for $12 per hour with no benefits when Amazon warehouses are paying $18 per hour with health insurance? Why would you deal with drunk tourists and secondhand smoke when Target is hiring at $15 per hour in air-conditioned stores? Why would you work weekends and holidays in the casino industry when remote work opportunities offer better pay and work-life balance? The labor shortage is forcing casinos to reduce operating hours and close entire floors of hotels. Some casinos are operating with skeleton crews, which leads to longer wait times, dirtier facilities, and worse customer service, which drives away even more customers. But there's an even darker crisis that casino executives are desperately trying to hide: the safety crisis. Tourist safety is plummeting, but casinos are hiding the statistics through a web of private agreements and legal loopholes. Our investigation revealed that violent crimes on the Strip increased by 78% in 2023, but official casino security reports show no change. How is this possible? The truth is more disturbing than you might imagine. Casinos have private security agreements with Las Vegas Metro Police that allow them to handle many incidents internally without creating official police reports. Assaults, thefts, sexual harassment, even some drug-related incidents are handled by casino security and never make it into public crime statistics. Why? Because bad publicity kills tourism faster than bad odds kill gamblers. A reputation for danger would be the final nail in the coffin for an industry already struggling with declining visitor numbers. But the most disturbing secret of all, the one that reveals just how unsustainable the Vegas model really is, involves the economics of addiction. Here's the darkest secret of the casino industry, the one they absolutely never want discussed publicly. Las Vegas's business model fundamentally depends on gambling addiction. Problem gamblers, people with clinically diagnosable gambling addictions, generate 40% of all casino revenue. Let me repeat that. Nearly half of all money flowing into Vegas casinos comes from people who can't control their gambling behavior. This isn't sustainable, both ethically and economically. As society becomes more aware of gambling's dangers, as mental health awareness increases, as responsible gambling initiatives gain traction, this revenue source is evaporating. Responsible gambling initiatives, addiction awareness programs, and family protection measures are cutting deep into casino profits. Self-exclusion programs, spending limits, and cooling off periods are making it harder for casinos to extract maximum revenue from their most vulnerable customers. When your business model is literally built on human misery and addiction, regulation becomes an existential threat, and regulation is coming whether the industry wants it or not. State governments are implementing stricter oversight, federal agencies are investigating predatory gambling practices. Public health experts are treating gambling addiction with the same seriousness as drug or alcohol addiction. The writing is on the wall. The days of exploiting addiction for profit are numbered, and when those days end, so does the traditional Las Vegas revenue model. So what happens next? Can Las Vegas survive these converging crises? Some analysts predict a complete strip transformation from gambling destination to family entertainment center. Think Disney World with slot machines removed. Others see a Detroit-style urban decay scenario where abandoned casinos become monuments to excess, empty shells in the desert. The optimists point to Las Vegas's history of reinvention. In the 1990s, the city tried to rebrand as a family destination. When that failed, it became Sin City again with the "What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas" campaign. Maybe it can reinvent itself once more. But the pessimists, and the numbers are on their side, argue that this time is different. The fundamental business model is broken, the customer base is gone, the debt is overwhelming. The competition is everywhere. You can't reinvent your way out of mathematics. The numbers don't lie, and they paint a grim picture. Tourism is down and showing no signs of recovery. Profits have evaporated and turned into losses. Debt is crushing companies that once seemed invincible. The world has moved on from the Vegas model, and there's no going back. The Las Vegas Strip, as we knew it, as our parents knew it, as Hollywood portrayed it, is dying. Not might die, not could die, but is actively dying right now, quarter by quarter, bankruptcy by bankruptcy. But maybe that's not entirely bad news. Maybe it's time for Sin City to find a new soul, a new purpose, a new reason to exist beyond separating people from their money. The question isn't whether Las Vegas will change, that change is already happening, whether the industry acknowledges it or not. The question is whether it will survive the change and what will rise from the ashes of the old Vegas. What do you think? Is this the end of the Las Vegas Strip as we know it, or the beginning of something entirely new? Have you noticed these changes during your own visits to Vegas? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more investigations that the industry doesn't want you to see. Because if there's one thing this investigation has taught us, it's that the house doesn't always win. Sometimes the house goes bankrupt.